Hello and welcome back to the Euro Roundup, guys. Thank you for joining us. As ever, I am joined by Stato Pato. Ooh, Pythons. Yeah. And this week we start in La Liga, mate, don't we? Where there was a glut of goals over the weekend. Which team are we looking at first?
Thank you, Roger Federer. And we are talking about Atletico first today. They beat Granada 7-1 at home. And it was largely thanks to one man, Yannick Ferreira Carrasco, got a hat-trick and 2 assists, caused absolute havoc in this game. But look, Granada went 1-0 up thanks to a goal from Isco, a lovely volley from the ex-Barca man. But that just made Atleti angry, and they roared back to record an absolutely stonking victory.
But it was Nicolas Guyton I was impressed with, especially as I only caught the last half an hour of the game, and he scored 2 goals with the 3 shots that he had during that period, which will no doubt delight Simeone. This guy cost 28 million euros in the summer from Benfica. If they can chip in, if he can help the likes of Torres, Gamero and Griezmann out with a few goals, it's definitely going to increase Atleti's chances of winning the league. Pato, they only scored 63 goals, I believe, last season. They've already scored 21 at this point this season. It's the 3rd game they've scored over 4. Atletico, after a little bit of a stuttering start, are really setting the pace, aren't they, mate?
Yes, they are, and that defence, as always, is still crushing it. They've conceded 3 goals in 8 La Liga games this season. These numbers are so insane, but when it's Diego Simeone, we're just starting to accept them as normal. But can they win a second title in 3 years? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Our next winners are Zinedine Zidane's Real Madrid, who smashed Gus Poyet's Real Betis 6-1 away from home, emphatically ending that run of 4 draws. People have been questioning Zidane. Well, how about those apples? Ronaldo, he's taken a long time to get his 2nd league goal of the season. He's actually averaging a goal every 204 minutes this season.
Rubbish.
Exactly, they're not Ronaldo-esque numbers. He did, however, Pato, get his 100th assist for Real Madrid.
Not
so
bad.
a little landmark there. But it was the guys behind that front 3 and that midfield 3 who really shone. Kovacic and Isco completing 4 dribbles between them. Isco getting 2 goals, Pato, but you were impressed with their midfield partner, weren't you, mate?
Yeah, Toni Kroos was absolutely sensational in this game. Kept it all ticking. 2 assists, 4 key passes, 96% pass accuracy, 4 tackles. It's unbelievable stuff because he didn't give that defensive contribution when he first arrived. But the defence are also looking pretty tasty as well. After Rafael Varane scored in this game, Real Madrid's defenders have now chipped in with 8 goals already this season. 8 goals from defenders by this stage is absolutely bananas. Real now have a plus 70 goal difference in the games they've played under Zinedine Zidane, and they look back to their free-flowing best, and they're going to have to be if they want to overtake their local rivals Atleti and win the La Liga title. Next up are Barcelona, who bounced back from that embarrassing 4-3 defeat against Celta Vigo with a 4-0 destruction of Deportivo. Lionel Messi scored on his return from injury.
Players the Lord.
Weird. But also, he was not the man that you had your...
He wasn't, no, mate. That was Brazilian Neymar, who completed 9 dribbles. A monstrous 9 dribbles. That is ridiculous. Okay. That is like you in your sleep, mate. He also completed 5 key passes and got 2 assists. 1 filthy reversible for Messi when he came on for Busquets early in the second half. Only took him about 5 minutes to score. Quite frankly, ridiculous. What an emphatic finish it was as well. And the other, a devilish cross for Rafinha, who actually scored a very scrappy finish, but the youngster got 2 goals on the day. So well done to him. Now, Pato, big question for you here. Do you see Barca winning the title again, or do you see this, the start that Atletico and Real Madrid made, as a real signal of intent?
Oh, well, Barcelona, you can never really write them off. The strength of that attack is just too good. But I think if there were, say, a long-term injury to Busquets, then they might find themselves in trouble. But my heart says Atletico Madrid. I would love them to win the league again.
The last winners in our La Liga special are Sevilla, who ended their hoodoo on the road. They'd previously gone 22 league games without return away from home by beating Leganes 3-2. Pato, it looked like it was going to be business as usual when they let a 2-goal lead slip in this closely fought, i.e. crap game. But then who came to the rescue?
Sarabia cut in late on and banged one into the top corner. It was an absolutely sensational goal, and it was totally worthy of winning this game. However, you got to feel a little bit bad for Leganes, and particularly Perez in midfield. He made 5 tackles and had 6% of all the possession in this game, which shows you how influential he was. But there was one guy who was very influential for Sevilla. wasn't there?
There was, mate. And it was the one and only Salazar Nasri who had 7.4% possession for Sampaoli's men. Now, he's made a really impressive start to life at Sevilla. He's got 2 goals and an assist in 5 games now. He's adjusted to La Liga really well, and he seems to be over that injury that kept him out for most of last year. But, Pat, do they have it in him to break the hegemony of the top 3 in Spain?
Well, it's hard to say that they do. At the moment, they are above Barcelona, but you have to think that over the course of the season, they're going to slip down a bit. But they can certainly aim for the top 4, and with Sampaoli there, who knows?
Yeah, and if they do break the top 3, Pat will present next season's first episode of Euro Roundup completely bollocked.
That will not happen. Just a few final shout-outs. We have to give one to Frankfurt, who are now up to 7th after an unexpected 2-2 draw against Bayern Munich. Feyenoord, who are sitting pretty at the top of the Eredivisie after 9 wins in 9 games. Full points for them. And Paulo Dybala, who scored twice as Juve came from behind to defeat Udinese 2-1.
We also have PSG, who beat Nancy 2-1 away from home, with Edison Cavani grabbing his 9th goal of the season. That's a goal every 66 minutes for the Uruguayan. We have Joe Allen, the mighty bearded Joe Allen, who scored 2 goals for Stoke at the weekend. And we have Cologne, who are currently sitting 2nd in the Bundesliga. Absolute scenes, Patrick. Let's move on to the losers.
Our first losers are Napoli. It had been a bad few weeks for them anyway after Arkadiusz Milik was ruled out until 2017 with an ACL injury. But they also lost 3-1 at home to Roma thanks to a Dzeko brace and one from Mohamed Salah. Now, they really struggled on the night, but this is a team that up until now have been conceding less than a goal a game and had never lost at home under Maurizio Sarri. Unfortunately, they came up against an attacking behemoth in Roma. In Roma's last 3 games, there have been 102 shots. So if you like a goal fest, check out the Giallorossi.
Yes, Pato, this looked to be a game that was won or lost owing to those little individual battles that were cropping up all over the field. You look at the likes of Florenzi, you look at the likes of Salah down that right-hand side for Roma. Both rewarded with an assist for their industry. It was great stuff to see. Whereas you look at Insigne, you look at Callahan, they both failed to register even a take-on, even a key pass. It's really poor stuff from them. You actually look at the Napoli's midfield statistics, they put together 11 key passes amongst them, and the front 3 really failed to capitalise on any of those good opportunities that were carved out for them. Whereas you look at Dzeko, he scored 2 goals with only 3 shots. So really this game was decided by the more clinical team. As Pato said, Roma have been ruthless in that department at the moment. But Sarri's men have fallen by the wayside after a good start. And with that Milik injury, do you see them slipping out of their Champions League spots? Let us know in the comments below. Our next losers are PSV, who yet again slipped up in the league with a 1-1 draw at Heracles. Now, they had 28 shots, Pat. They had 9 on target. Heracles had 1, so they can feel hard done by, especially as Feyenoord continue to romp on.
Yeah, PSV are now 9 points behind Feyenoord and 4 points behind Ajax. Feyenoord have a goal difference of plus 22 after just 9 games, whereas PSV have scored 1 goal from their last 86 shots at home this season. That's unbelievable.
Disgusting.
They've only scored 2 goals in 4 home league games this season. So they need to get their shit together pretty soon, or Feyenoord are going to romp to the title while PSV end up stranded in mid-table.
What are you doing, Philip Cocker?
Yeah, disgusting.
Sort it out.
Our final losers this week are Schalke. They drew 1-1 with Augsburg, which doesn't sound too bad, but they saw their star forward Braille Mbolo injured. He broke his ankle, he broke his fibula, he tore his syndesmosis, which is the ankle joint ligament, and he tore his medial collateral ligament. He's going to be out for at least 6 months. But why is this bad news, Chris?
Oh, harrowing scenes after getting smashed in their first 5 Bundesliga games. It looked like an upturn in fortunes for Schalke, who beat Gladbach 4-0 last week. Now, Mbolo is their top goal scorer in the Bundesliga with just 2 goals and 1 assist.
Ooh.
Which would suggest
numbers.
that without him, they are done for. Well, they're currently 16th out of 18. So it's not looking good for the guys at Schalke. And next on the calendar is an away day trip to Krasnodar. So guys, that was this week's Euro Roundup. Have we missed any clangers? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our top 10 players who overcame the odds.
By clicking here.
Oh, you naughty
And as
twat.
ever, don't forget to like and subscribe.